Welcome to Jasper High School Baseball here on 18 WJTS. This afternoon, the Wildcats will take on Columbus East in Game 1 of the Jasper Invitational Tournament. The Wildcats now 10-1 after beating Evansville Bossy 16-0 on Thursday night behind a 16-run first inning. Today, Andrew Noblet will get the call on the hill for the Wildcats. Will Boyer will pitch for Columbus East, the first of two this afternoon, right here on 18 WJTS. We'll take a break. We're back with the first pitch from Rookser Field right after this. Welcome back to Rookser Field. Andrew Noblet climbs the hill in Game 1 of this tournament. Noblet 3-0 with a .97 ERA. He has worked in 21 2/3 innings. This will be his fourth start, sixth appearance. Given up 18 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, struck out 24, and walked just 4. Defensively, Ryan Leik will be out in left, Braden Giesler in center, Tyler Atkins is in right, Cole Trevino in at third. Will Wallace continues to play short in place of Braxton Brosmer, who is out with injury. Thomas Hobbick at second, Matthew Wright anchors down first, and Drew Bradley is behind the plate. So Noblet gets ready to go here. Noblet last worked on Friday night of last week in that 3-2 win over New Albany, when all 7 gave up 7 hits and 2 runs, struck out 8 and walked 2. As far as his perfect slate so far, Columbus East again struggling. They have usually had a solid program. They are 1-9 coming in. As Chase Neese, the second baseman, gets in, Cats will play either Martinsville or Valpo in the second game of the day that you'll see here on WJTS. Sun-splashed morning at Rookser Field. The first pitch of the game is fouled away first base side. Wind kicking up a little bit toward left center field. A lot of rain on Friday. The field is wet. Looks good, though. The team worked on it this morning with the coaching staff. This one slugged into left for a base hit. And the leadoff man on here in the top of the first for the Olympians. So Columbus East gets there. Leadoff man on. Burkhardt, the first baseman, bats a left-handed hitter. They'll hold against the runner at first base, and that hole on the right side of the infield. Noblet brings it home. Fastball hidden for a strike, and it's 0-1. Runner at first. They throw over and take a look at him, and he dives back. Cats play him somewhat to pull in the outfield. Noblet brings it home. This one dives into the dirt. Cats will be back home in their next week with Mater Dei on Tuesday night out here. This one fouled away at the plate off the instep. Those hurt. Especially on a cool day. Yes, he walks that off. Double play in order. Noblet ahead in the count 1-2 as we get back to baseball. Right-hander brings it home. Runner takes off. Pitch outside. Bradley's thrown out of second base. Pretty good one. Runs right into the runner, and they got it. Ball took Wallace right to the bag, and they cut down the base runner. One away, and Burkhardt still at the plate with a 2-2 count, and he didn't swing at it. It was outside, gave Bradley a little bit cleaner lane, and he pumped it down there for the caught stealing. The 2-2 breaking ball popped up in the infield. Hobbick calls for it out near the second base bag and takes care of it for the second out of the inning. So 2 away for the Olympians here in the top of the first. Zappi will stand in, right-handed hitter. Bossy game got out of hand. It was a 55-minute half inning for the Cats, and then the rest of the game blew by. And about an hour and a half That was way shorter than the Heritage Hills 2-hour and 40-minute game that took place down at Lincoln City on Monday night. Next pitch, and it quickly is 0-2. Not a really good way to handle that whole situation, but the Cats did about the best they could. The 0-2 from Noblet. Dives outside into the dirt. Beautiful day, a little on the chilly side if you were out here watching the games. As you watch this later on Sunday. The 1-2 chased it. Bradley will throw down to first base to complete the strikeout. With the caught stealing, the Olympians go in order here in the first through a half. East nothing, Wildcats nothing. We'll have more after this on 18 WJTS Sports. Second, Andrew Noblet working with a 4-0 lead after the Cats get 4 in the bottom of the first. Bowser will stand in. He hits for the catcher Logan Warren. First pitch of the top of the second, a curveball in for a strike, and it's 0-1 to the Olympian designated hitter. The 0-1, cut out and missed. Olympians out of the Hoosier Hills. Over there with Madison and Seymour and New Albany, Floyd Central in their league, Jennings County. The 0-2, 58-footer, and it's 1-2. Play him straight away in the outfield. Giesler right behind that second base bag in the outfield. Draw a line right through him. Here is the 1-2 shoved into the ground. The 2-2 bounces away. Noblet perfect with the caught stealing that Bradley executed back in the first inning. The leadoff man singled, but Bradley cut him down. The payoff pitch. Lifted foul straight back, and it's 3-2 now. And Noblet 3-0 with a minuscule .97 ERA. The 3-2 offering. Called third strike outside corner. Strikeout number 2 for Andrew. And Martosha, the center fielder, bats here for the Olympians. Andrew throws it off the end of the bat foul, first base side. And 1 here. Noblet stares in. Bradley gives him the sign. He cuts it loose and blew it right by him, and it's 0-2. Right behind the bag at first. Likewise for Trevino over at third. Called third strike again. Noblet left him standing there. 2-0. Third strikeout for Andrew. Landers, the left fielder, bats for Columbus East. 4-0 Jasper here in the top of the second. Gonna bunt, bunts it foul. Oh, 0-1. Cats try to get a 3-up, 3-down inning, something they had back in the first. So Noblet works ahead 0-1. Bradley gets back behind the plate in the 0-1 plateward. Fastball outside. Ball gets into center field after the throw back. And the 1-1 pitch. Tries to shorten up, takes it for a strike. 1-2 here. Noblet looking to strike out the side here. He'll throw the 1-2, and he did. He struck out the side. 3-up, 3-down inning for Noblet here in the top of the second. We'll play the bottom half of the second. Cats on top of the Olympians. 4-0. We'll step aside and have more after this on 18 WJTS Sports. Field, we go to the bottom of the first, no score. Will Boyer climbs the hill for the Olympians today. Ryan Like, Braden Giesler, Drew Bradley, the first three in Terry Gobert's order here in the bottom of the first. Coach Gobert takes his place on the coaching line at third. Jason Albrand over at first. Cats as a team hit at .349, Like a .303 hitter, no home runs and 5 knocked in. The first pitch of the bottom of the first, a strike at the knees. It's 0-1 to the Wildcat left fielder. Cats with 15 hits in that Bossy game. They went to the subs in the second inning in that game. Like watches one right down central for a strike. He's down on the count, 0-2. Wind again slightly out toward left center field. Boyer brings the 0-2, and he got him with a nice breaking ball, one away. Oh, Boyer gets the strikeout. Here comes Braden Giesler, the center fielder for the Wildcats, in that two-hole. Bats from the left side, as you can see. Third baseman Huckabee way off the line and even with the bag. Giesler dropped down a nice bunt down at rights, and again, he pounds the bottom half of that strike zone. It's 0-1. Big gap in left center field. They play Giesler to pull in the outfield. Center fielder on the other side of the flagpole as you look out. This one slap foul out of play, third base side. So Boyer works out ahead of these two Wildcat hitters that he has faced so far. Boyer looks over the top of that glove, works out of the full windup, and lets it fly to Giesler, and it's low. Giesler at .355, no home runs and 3 RBIs. Plays center field, bat cocked back as he waits, and the 1-2 his way. That is low, too. Cats in the black with the white pants, black pinstripes, black caps. The Olympians in their orange tops. The 2-2 from Boyer. Popped up left center field. Going over is the left fielder, Flanders, and he makes the play. Had him played that way. And 2 away here for the Wildcats. I'll bring up Drew Bradley. Again, Bradley got things started. He had a couple hits in the game. 3-run home run and a 2 RBI single in that 16-run first. Gets in from the right side. It's his second home run of the season. This one barely misses on the outside portion. It's 1-0. So they play him fairly deep in the outfield. Weighs that bat across the Rooksor Field plate, and this one is low. Mentioned the Mater Dei game here Tuesday. Cats then crisscross Southern Indiana, go to Jeffersonville on Wednesday, and Central on the road on Thursday with the SIAC games Tuesday, Thursday. So we'll be gassing up that bus. So Bradley ahead in the count, 3-0. Will Wallace waits on deck. Boyer would like to see him next inning if at all possible. He brings the 3-0 home, and Bradley takes one for a strike. 3-1. Bradley slugs this one. Line drive into center field. That'll be extra bases. And was it gone? Yes, it is. Bradley touches them all. That one didn't get off the ground very much. The center fielder, Mortosha, chased it, and Bradley hits his 3rd homer of the season. A line drive to the gap in left center field, and the Cats lead 1-0. Boy, did not know if that would get out or not, and it did. That was center fielder chased it to the very last second. And we look out from the press box. We look right into the sun at this part of the day, and I don't think a lot of people knew that it got out. Wallace will get in. This one's outside. 1-0 Cats on the blast by Bradley. Hits are tied at 1 apiece, but the Cats jump on the board here in the first on the solo homer with 2 outs by Drew Bradley. Wallace pops this one back deep into left. Flanders goes back, and this one is gone. Back-to-back home runs for the Wildcats. That's Wallace's second round tripper of the year, and it's come with 2 outs here in the battle of the first, and the Cats on top of the Olympians, 2-0. He drove a 2-0 pitch up and out of here, and he is greeted at home plate by a bunch of happy Wildcats. Yeah, the wind going out that way a little bit. So Trevino stand in. This is low. 3-0, or 3 in a row is Dairy Queen, I would presume. One and 0. Pitch in for a strike. One delivery. Hammer in for, outside. Good pitch by Boyer there. He didn't get that one. Got the one earlier on 3-0. 2-0 Cats on a couple of long balls here in the first. The 2-1 delivery. That into the dirt. Three and 1 here to Trevino, a .417 batter, and he walks him. So first walk, give it up for Boyer. Here comes Matthew Wright, .258 batter, 1 home run and 18 knocked in. Has a runner at first base with 2 away. The Cats have drawn first blood. This one hammered down the third baseline past Huckabee. Rounding second base is Trevino. He's going to try to go to third. The throw off line. It's second and third Cats on the base hit the left by Matthew Wright. So Kuntz will stand in, the designated hitter. He's been a hot hitter. He's hitting at a .452 clip on the season. 14 hits and 31 at bats. 2 guys out there. All this with 2 outs. Bradley with 2 outs homered, as did Will Wallace behind him. A walk to Trevino and a hit down the left field line by Matthew Wright. Second and third. Here's the pitch to Kai. Chops it on the ground up the third baseline, foul. So Andrew Knobel will take at least 2 out with him in the top of the second. The 1-1 curveball. This one punched into short left center field, and it will drop in for a base hit. A couple of runs will score. It's 4-0 Cats on the looper to left off the bat of Kai Kuntz. And the inning continues for Andrew Knoblet. 4-0 Jasper, and here comes Knoblet. Has a runner at first. Here's the pitch. That is low. Throw over. Kuntz back with the dive. 1-0. Hold against the runner at first. Pitch on the way. Knoblet swings and misses, and the count is even at 1-1. 1-1. The Cat pitcher. Breaking ball misses. Boyer, the stretch and the pitch to Noblet. Lifts it foul, out of play. 2-2 the count here. Two and two, runner at first. He stays anchored to the bag at first. And the break even. Cut on and missed. Boyer gets a strikeout, but the Wildcats send 8 to the plate here in the first, highlighted by solo homers from Drew Bradley and Will Wallace. We have played through 1, Jasper 4, Columbus East nothing. We'll take a break, and we'll have more after this on 18 WJTS Sports. Back to Rookser, we go to the bottom of the second. Tyler Atkins leads things off against Boyer. Cats lead 4-0 after a 4-run first. First to Atkins. Checks the swing, couldn't pull the trigger. Atkins at .393, no home runs and 8 knocked in. Again, the Cats at .349 coming in as a team batting average-wise. Next pitch to Atkins, the 9-hole hitter, pops this one up a mile high in the shallow left field. The triangle of Olympians chase it, and the left fielder, Flanders, makes the play for the first out of the inning. Ball was hit high in the air. Here comes Like, a strikeout victim back in the first. Pitch is outside, 1-0 here. Giesler is on deck. Cats 4, Olympians nothing here in the bottom of 2. After this, the Cats will play either Martinsville or Valparaiso. The Vikings coming down from northwest Indiana. Is that the Duneland? You're in the Duneland. That's what I thought. Hobart in there, I think. The 1-1. Probably not a lot of sunny skies so far in this early season for them. Heard springtimes are great up there. 2-1 here to Like. A lot of early or mid-late afternoon games up there in the spring. Probably not many under the lights. The 3-1 now to Like. Pops it up, shallow right. Second baseman goes out. The right fielder comes in, and it's Zappi making the catch for Columbus East. Second out of the inning. 2 away for Giesler. He flew out to left earlier before Bradley and Wallace hit back-to-back homers in the first. Giesler gets in from the left side. Boyer throws it, and he gets hit. So a hit by pitch here. So he's hit one and walked one. So Bradley, a solo shot back in the first. Line drive that got out the left center field. Taps the plate, runner at first. They hold against him. They throw over. Giesler back with the dive. Fastball outside corner from Boyer. Olympians with just 1 win so far. They've been coming to this tournament since the early 80s, the 0-1. And he hits another. Tim will run at first base for the Wildcats. Lucas Tim. So Wallace bats here, first and second for the Cats. Wallace a home run back in the first as well. 4-0 Wildcats here in the home second. Pause by Boyer. It's low. Next pitch. Shot into right at the right fielder Zaffe. He dropped it. Run's going to come in to score on the sinking line drive. And the Cats are going to try to score a second run to throw up the line. He reaches to tag him. Safe. Throw it out of second base. Safe as well. 6-0. Cats scored a couple of runs there. Brought the second man home, Lucas Tim, and just kept the windmill going at third base. So a RBI base hit for Wallace. 6-0 Cats. Wildcats with their 5th hit of the game. And Trevino, who walked and scored earlier, gets in. Fastball just a bit high. 6-0. Cats have out hit the Olympians 5-1 here. 1-0. Shot right at the second baseman. He snares it on one hop and throws on to end the inning. The Cats, though, get 2 more here in the second. Through 2, they lead Columbus East 6-0. We'll take a break. We'll have more Wildcat baseball after this on 18 WJTS. Back for the third. Tyndall will lead things off. The shortstop for the Olympians. Cats have increased their lead to 6-0 here on a 2 spot in the bottom of 2. Noblet working on a 1-hitter so far, struck out the side last inning. He will kick and deal the 1-0. And it's fouled off the gear of Bradley or the home plate umpire. Either way, I think it's Bradley because the umpire is going to go out and take a little time to let Bradley shake off the cobwebs, if that's possible. 1-1. So that's what's happened. That's what happened. 1-1. Foul it off. 1-2. Gap in left center field. They play him to go the other way, to be late. The 1-2. Well outside, 2-2. Tyndall, Huckabee, and Boyer, 7, 8, and 9. Noblet faces the minimum so far with that caught stealing back in the first. The 2-2 on the way. And he leaves it outside. 3-2. 4 in the first, 2 in the second for the Wildcats here. Payoff pitch to Tyndall. Fouled straight back into the netting. The 3-2 delivery. Lined into center field for the second Olympian hit of the game. They've led off the first and the third with base hits. Throw over, back in time. So Huckabee, third baseman. Cats have the double play in order. Trevino comes in on the grass. They throw over back once again. Wallace and Hobbick up the middle. Wright holds against the base runner at first. Pitch out of the zone. Again, after this one, it's either Valpo or Martinsville. Tuesday, modern day out here in a SIAC affair, the 1-0. Got him to foul it back into the glove. Cats lost their first game of the season on Tuesday night down at Bossy Field against Wrights. League game as well. The 1-1. SIAC really good once again. You got Castle and North. Wrights is throwing their hat into the ring. Central usually pretty good. Hotter day. Under Darren Knight. Good. The 2-1. Or Steve Ricketts, I should say. 2-2. So runner at first, Noblet gets ready and fires it back over to first, keeps him at bay. The 2-2. This one hit on the ground, could be two. Wallace to Hobbig for one. The relay back to first base, not in time. And they get the force out. Wallace had to move just a bit to his right, but they get the play at second base. Runner Huckabee at first with one gone, and here comes Boyer, the pitcher. Boyer. Again, Cats with that double play option. Pitch dives low, 1-0, top of the third, 6-0 Wildcats here. Jasper Invitational Tournament Baseball. 1-0. This one back to the screen. One and one with one gone. Runner at first, right holds against him. The pitch on the way, curveball popped up behind the second base bag. A trio of Wildcats give chase, and I believe it's Hobbig making the catch. You got to communicate right there. You've got a little problem. 2 away. Hobbig going out. Giesler had to come a long way, and Wallace's angle wasn't the best, so good play for Thomas. And that'll bring up Neese, the second baseman. Runner still at first base with 2 away. Noblet trying to shut down this inning. Throw over. Nice runner was taking a very weird route back to the bag. Runner at first. Noblet slide step to the plate. Fouls it off, does the hitter down the right field line. Rattles around down there, 0-1 the count. 6-0 Cats here in the top of the third over the Columbus East Olympians. Outside, there have been rare times that the Olympians have won this first game, knocking the Cats into the consolation game. Not very often, though. The 1-1, more often than not, it was a Jasper Cathedral matchup after the Irish would take out Evansville Central, and you had a really good game in that championship game down through the years. The 2-1. This one popped up, left field. In comes Like, hat off, and he makes the catch for the third out of the inning. The Olympians get a base runner. He's left out there. We'll head to the bottom of the third. 6-0 Jasper. We'll take a break and come back with more Wildcat baseball after this on 18 WJTS. Back to the yard, we head to the bottom of the third. Matthew Wright leads things off here against Boyer in for inning number 3. 6-0 Cats here. Wright takes a pitch high, 1-0. Wright singled and scored his last time up. The Cats have banged out 5 hits and scoring those 6 runs. 1-0 pitch. That's low. Matthew followed by Kai Kuntz and Andrew Noblet here in the third. Next pitch. That's outside corner at the knees for a strike. Chop foul wide of the bag at third. 2-2 here. Wide and fire. Cork foul, third base side again. Count remaining at 2-2 to the Wildcat first baseman, Matthew Wright. Wright went 5 2/3 in that game at Bosse Field. He was perfect heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. Or actually no hitter into the bottom of the 6th. He did walk a guy. This one slammed right at the second baseman, Neese, and he makes the play. Before he gave up a couple of hits and then the 3-run homer. He was lifted for Wallace, who walked 2 guys, and then the RBI single that gave the Wrights Panthers a 4-3 lead. Kuntz stands in. He blooped the single for a couple of RBIs his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Cats lead 6-0. Scored in every inning. This one a 58-footer that got a piece of the umpire. And it's 1-0 to the Wildcat designated hitter. Kai Kuntz hits for Hobbick, the second baseman. So 1-0 here. 1 away. Played Kuntz deep in the outfield. Right-handed hitter, the 1-0 pitch. That is high. 2-0. Boyer has struck out 2, walked 1, hit a couple. Back-to-back hitters back in the second. 3-0 now. Kuntz ahead in the count. Don't know if he's swinging, I doubt it, but we'll never know. It's in for a strike there. Outside corner. It looked pretty good. Good line on that one. The 3-2. And this one is strike 3. Chase that one. So Noblet bats. He struck out back in the first to end that 8-batter inning. First pitch to Andrew out of the zone, 1-0. Atkins would be next here in the bottom of the third for the Wildcats. 6-0 Jasper. Noblet takes one at the knees on the outside portion. It's 1-1. The 1-1 offering fouled back into the screen off the bricks. The 1-2 pitch is on the way. Noblet shoots it into right, but Zaffe is right there for it. Cats go in order for the first time in the ball game. Through 3, they lead Columbus East 6-0. We'll have more Wildcat baseball after this on 18 WJTS. Back for the top of the 4th, Andrew Noblet and the Wildcats lead 6-0. Noblet throwing 2-hit baseball so far. Borkart will stand in, left-handed hitter. He gets backed up off the plate. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for the Olympians. 1-0 the count. Noblet stares in. Bradley hangs a sign. He cuts loose the 1-0. Breaking ball with the bottom dropping out of it, and quickly it's 1-1. Gap in left center field. They play him to pull. Flew out to Hobbick his last time up. Curveball swung on and missed. 1-2 here. Not looking good on the breaking ball. The 1-2 pitch. And he got him to chase. Bradley's going to complete the strikeout by throwing down to first base. Noblet gets the strikeout, his 5th of the game. 1 away for Zaffe, the right fielder. A strikeout victim to end the first. Noblet works out of the full wind, brings it home, and spikes it into the left-hander's batter's box. 1-0 the count here. 6-0 Jasper. Glad you could join us this afternoon. Another game after this, Martinsville or Valpo against Jasper. Come your way Tuesday night from Rooksor Field as Mater Dei comes in for a 6:30 start. Later on at 10 here on 18, then at Jeff Wednesday and at Central on Thursday. Next weekend off. They've got the academic banquet on Friday. The 1-2, and it really gets going after that. Then you're into that May and that stretch run. 2-2 to Zaffe. Balzer, the DH on deck. Noblet brings the 2-2 plateward. Hit on the ground on one hop, ranging over towards his left as Trevino throws on and cuts down the base runner. Tried to get it between hops, in which he did. Balzer, the designated hitter, will stand in. This one hit up the middle into center field, past a diving Hobbick. It went through the mound. Noblet had to skip some rope. Third hit of the game, a single up the middle. So a 2-out base hit will bring Balzer to the, or excuse me, Martosha, I should say, to the plate. Balzer just singled. Martosha with the runner at first. Pops it up, right field. In comes Atkins, and he'll make the play for the third out of the inning. A 2-out single, that's all they get. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Cats lead Columbus East 6-0. We'll step aside and have more Wildcat baseball after this on 18 WJTS. Back to Rookser Field. Atkins leads things off here in the fourth. As next pitch from Boyer. Atkins into center field. And right at the center fielder, Martoshu made the catch. A little fortunate there, but he did make the catch. Well, Ryan Like will lead or stand in with one away. Like 0 for 2, takes a pitch. He's down in the count, 0-2. Cats with 4 in the first, 2 in the second. Did not score in the third, bat here in the fourth. And he goes down swinging. So the last couple of innings, Boyer looking pretty good. Gets his fourth strike out of the game, and Braden Giesler, who was hit by a pitch his last time up, gets in. Cats have out-hit Columbus East 5-3 here. Slammed up the middle into center field for a base hit. Jumped on the first pitch and ambushed it into center field. And that will extend the inning for Drew Bradley, who hit a a solo homer his last time up back in the first. So Bradley will bat. Curveball hangs high, 1-0. Wind really kicking out now towards left center field. The flags are really pushing it there if he can get it up in the air out there. May hit that bus out there back in time. Runner at first, Giesler. Let's see if he is off and running with a 2-0 pitch. He stays there. Bradley takes one right down the middle for a strike, and it's 2-1 to the Wildcat catcher. No action in the Olympian pen right now. Boyer going the whole way so far. This one's a strike. Never want to get in that bullpen early in these games. You know, you got the consolation next. You may have something Monday, or you might have had something later or earlier this week on a Thursday or Friday. The 2-2. Bradley takes a big swing, comes up empty. The Cats off the board once again here in the fourth. We'll head to the top of the fifth, 6-0. Cats over the Olympians. We'll take a break, and we'll have more right after this. Top of the fifth, Cats lead 6-0. Andrew Noblet working on a three-hitter. Not much damage done. Flanders takes a big swing, misses. He struck out back in the second. Cats with a 4-run first and a 2-run second. That's where we stand right now. The 1-2 fisted foul. Ooh. It's coming off. That's coming off the railing. And he got it. 6 strikeouts, 1 away. So Tyndall will stand in here for the Olympians. This one fouled back into the screen. It's 0-1 the count here. Tyndall singled his last time up. I'm looking for his 4th win of the season. Strike at the knees there. The 0-2 called third strike. Noblet now has a chance to strike out the side for a couple of innings here. So 2 away for Huckabee. Bounced into a, or Watkins going to bat. So Watkins fouls it back. Oh, and 2. So Noblet trying to strike out the side for another inning. The 0-2 delivery fouled off third base side. 0-2. Two away, 0-2. Noblet looks in, gets the side from Bradley and cuts it loose. Squibbed on the ground towards short. Wallace circles, comes over the top with a strong peg, and they get their man at first base. Olympians go quietly here in the top of the fifth. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. Cats lead 6-0. We'll break and come back after this. Back for the bottom of the fifth. Boyer still out there for Columbus East. Cats lead 6-0. Have out hit the Olympians 6-3. Will Wallace has a couple of those hits, a homer, solo shot, and an RBI single back in the second. Wallace playing shortstop for the Wildcats. A pitch on the way. This one hit on the ground up the middle. Takes a hop for Tyndall coming in on the infield grass, and he retires Wallace with a throw. Trevino 0 for 1 with a walk and run scored. That was a nice breaking ball in there, and it's 0-1. So guys trying to find a way to hit that curveball. He chased one up. He checked his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. I'm in agreement. I think he did. Couldn't hold off. The 0-2. Call third strike. So Wright gets in. He's 1 for 2. singled and also smoked the ball right at Neese at second base, who didn't have to move. He had a line drive right at him. Wright takes this one inside, 1-0. 6-0 Wildcats lead. You'll see Martinsville or Valpo against Jasper our next game of the afternoon here on 18. In for a strike, little tad low there, but it's right across the plate. The 1-1 rifle back into the screen. One-two pitch. High. The break even. Called third strike. Wildcats go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom half of the fifth inning. We'll head to the sixth. Jasper still holds on to a 6-0 lead over the Olympians. We'll take a break and have more after this on 18 WJTS. Back to Rookser Field. We go to the top of the sixth inning. Andrew Noblet, 3 hitters so far. 6 strikeouts. The 1-0 chop foul. 1-1 here. Three and 1. Three 1, 3 and 2. Maryville in there too. The 3-2 delivery, and he walks him. First walk given up by Noblet here today. Chase Neese will stand in. Noblet comes to the set and brings it home. Fouls it away, does Neese. Nobody out. Or nobody out runner at first, I should say, here in the top of the sixth. Neese, the leadoff hitter, 1 for 2. Single to start the game. Raced on a caught stealing. Hits it on the ground, wide at short. Wallace tries to dive for it and smother it. It trickles into left field, left center field. First and second, 4th hit of the game, an infield hit. Wallace going off towards his right, dove on it like a grenade, and it just trickled away from him. Tried to smother that thing. Double play still in order here. Now you're dealing with the 2-hole hitter Borkart, who popped the second and struck out. Cats looking for that ground ball. The 0-1 pitch on the way from Noblet here. Curve ball outside. One pushed. Noblet got one there, 1-2. That was on the severe outside portion. The 1-2, and he chased that one. Runner tries to go up to third base, and he is cut down. Strike him out, throw him out. 2 away, runner moves up to second base. So a strikeout, and then the caught stealing, Bradley's second of the game. So 2 away, runner now at second base. Hey, strike out and then get thrown out. Zappi will now hit with the runner at second. Noblet throws it in there for a strike here on the top of the 6th. Next pitch. One and one here. Plateward goes low. This one catches a corner on the outside half. Two and two. Noblet checks the runner at second and pours the break-even plateward. Fouls it off. Does the hitter here. Two. Barely missed with the breaking ball. That's a tough one to take if you're Zappi. 3 and 2. Noblet looked like dropped a breaking ball right in there. Noblet trying to shut it down. The payoff pitch to Zappi with the runner at second. Popped up, shallow left, in comes Like. Makes the catch for the third out of the inning. No harm done for the Olympians in the top of the 6th. We'll head to the home 6. Jasper on top 6-0 over Columbus East. We'll break and come back after this. Back of the ballpark, Kai Kuntz leads things off here in the bottom of the 6th, and what they hope is their last at-bats, leading 6-0 over Columbus East in Game 1 of the Jasper Invitational Tournament. Later on in the season, we'll have the Hall of Fame Tournament, a game on a Friday and 2 more on Saturday out here, round robin deal. Kuntz, Noblet, and Atkins here. 7, 8, and 9 against Boyer. 2-0 delivery. Foul back into the glove of the catcher. 2 and 1. The delivery. And that's outside. Cats have out hit the Olympians 6-4. The damage done in the first 2 innings for the Wildcats. The 3-1 strike inside corner. Cats has some action up in the bullpen down the right field line. Kuntz hits one on the ground to third. Up with it, Huckabee throws high, and it gets away from the first baseman, and Kuntz will go into second base on the first error of the ball game. Had plenty of time, just made a bad throw. Havik will run out at second base. So Noblet stands in. He's 0 for 2. Nobody out. Runner at second. Jasper leads 6-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning from Rooksor Field. Bunt, Noblet perfect. First base side. Boyer fields. Throws on to first base. Sacrifice successful. Up to third goes Havik, 1 away. And now Atkins will have a chance to move him in. This one bunted, and a squeeze, and everybody's safe. It's 7-0. Atkins executes the squeeze bunt. So a runner at first base, Atkins back of the top in like. Like bunts through that one, 2-1. Atkins, the runner at first. We'll see if he's off and running with a 2-1 count. Chase him back with a throw. Runner goes. Pitch outside corner for a strike. Throw down to second base is on the third base side of second. And Atkins gets the stolen base. So, like with a couple of one guy out there with a 2-2 count to him here. Called third strike. He watched it. Like goes down looking. So Giesler will bat. He's 1 for 2, hit by a pitch and a run scored as well. Due up for the Olympians, 3, 4, and 5 in their order, or 4, 5, and 6, I should say. Here's the next delivery. Pitch low. That is in for a strike. Giesler waits, pops this one up into left. Left fielder Flanders goes toward the line and makes the catch for the third out of the inning. Cats do add on here in the bottom of the sixth. They lead the Olympians 7-0. They'll try to nail it down when we come back here on 18 WJTS. Back at the ballpark. Noblet trying to nail it down. Cats lead 7-0. Noblet working on a 4-hitter. Throws at the Balzer. It's in for a strike, and it's 0-1. A 4-run first, a 2-run second. Cats added on with 1 in the 6th to lead 7-0. Balzer pops it up down the left field line. Light goes and chases it and catches it one step into foul territory. 1 down. So Martosha will stand in. Tosha 0 for 2 in the game. Again, we'll have the second game for you, and immediately after this one on 18 WJTS, all the Wildcat action, either Martinsville or Valpo. Here's the pitch, the 1-0. This one slugged on the ground, diving for Trevino. He smothered it, then didn't really pick it up and made the tough part. And a base runner for Columbus East. So Flanders will stand in. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Shortens up as if the bunt, pulls the bat back. One-0 delivery, but first to throw over. Hold the runner on at first, the 1-0. Two-0 pitch. Misses 3-0. Again, strikeout victim twice. Noblet now falls behind 3-0 to this hitter with the runner at first in the visitor seventh. 3-0. Strike down at the knees. Double play ball, get the Wildcats out of this one and on to the championship game. Noblet straightens up on the mound and brings the 3-1 home. Pumps another one in there. It's 3-2, another one like that, and there will be 2 outs. So Ride holds against the runner at first. The payoff pitch to Flanders. Pops him up, again behind the third base bag. This one could be trouble. And a nice catch by Wallace. Oh, he dropped it. Okay, my mistake. Dropped it. Dropped it. Again, that's that triangle, and the left fielder comes in, the shortstop in that weird angle, third baseman back to the infield. So it's first and second now for the Olympians. Brian Kirchhoff going to go out and talk it over with Noblet here with 1 out in the 7th inning. Wallace was loosening earlier, but I think this is just get this bottom half of this order retired and move on. And the mound conference is over. BK back to the first base dugout. First and second for the Olympians with Tyndall, the shortstop, on deck. Force out at every infield base for the Cats. Andrew brings it home. This one shot foul, first base side out of play. Oh, and 1 here with the Olympians with runners at first and second. Double play in order. Noblet brings that 0-1. Hit foul at the plate. So 0-2, Noblet with 6 strikeouts in the game. 0-2 delivery. Outside. Noblet, the 1-2 pitch. Low. Two delivery. Outside snap, throw down to first base, runner back. 3-2 now. With one away, runners at first and second. Noblet throws over, and they got him. Ooh, wow. Again, they throw over. Three-two pitch, hit on the ground. Wallace going towards third, makes the play. Good play there. Ball was taking him right to Trevino at third. So they cut down that runner. Fielder's choice for Tyndall, and Huckabee, the third baseman, gets in. Or Watkins hitting in Huckabee's spot again. So Cats 1 out away from shutting this one down and picking up their 11th win against one loss. Fouled back into the screen. Oh, 1 here. Popped up left center field. Light comes over into the gap and grabs it for the third out of the inning. Andrew Noblet, a complete game shutout, and the Wildcats beat the Olympians of Columbus East 7-0 here at Alvin C. Ruxer Field as they get their 11th win against one loss. Wildcats a 4-run first, a 2-run second, got one in the sixth to get the victory. The Wildcats again win at 7-0. When we come back, we'll have the championship game of the Jasper Invitational coming up here on 18 WJTS.